I think the best way to describe that situation was it was very surreal. I vividly remember the moment, just seeing Coach go down there. He was answering his phone, and he just had this look on his face, and I just kind of knew that something was going to happen, and I didn't want to believe it. But I knew it was coming, and then as soon as he picked up the phone and he was talking to, I'm not sure if he was talking to our athletic director, and then he put the phone down and just gave us all another look, and that was that's when it hit me, and I kind of had about 20 different emotions rush through me in a blink of an eye, and it was very surreal. It was very surreal, and that was a moment that I'll always remember. It was tough. To be honest, it was very tough because, like Justin was saying, we were about to go down this crazy zip line. It's supposed to be really fun, and then the decision that season was over just kind of hit all of us, and it hit me. And being a senior, just knowing that that was it. That's all it was over now. It was very tough. It was very tough. And like I said, it was very surreal and something I'll always remember. And yeah.
And I guess with the postseason, just right around the corner, what did you think this team could do? I mean, Justin talked about you guys having a really good season up to that point. Just what did you see as possible for you guys to accomplish?
So this was definitely one of the most challenging teams I've been a part of throughout my 4 years. And when I say challenging, I don't mean challenging in a negative way. It just in terms of the setbacks that we had in terms of injuries. I know Justin already talked to you about those, but we did have some very devastating injuries to our team. With at one point in time, our top 4 all-arounders were out, and those guys are very important to our team scoring. Is that they could contribute almost half of our routines and half of our scores. But to me, what I appreciated the most and what really got me to truly believe in this team and what we could do is just the perseverance that we all had, and that we weren't going to let any of our top guys being out set us back. And I'm just very, very proud of how everyone stepped up and did what they needed to do and put in the extra work to get to the level that we were at without those guys. And by mid-season, towards the end of the regular season, that's when things started to finally click between all of us. We were kind of getting our roll going, and at that point in time, that's when I really started to believe. I was like, yeah, we can win this Big Ten championship. We can contend for an NCAA championship with what we have. The entire nation's counting us out right now, but I know we have what it takes. So personally, I had very, very high expectations, and I truly believe that we could have been able to bring back a Big Ten championship to Champaign.
Hey, Michael, this is Gavin Good from 247 Sports. Coach said you're already planning to come back for your master's in aerospace engineering, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Now, I know that there's the question of whether the NCAA is going to grant, some athletes another year of eligibility. But if that doesn't happen, your eligibility, would it still be used up, or would you have one more year? Because you didn't have a red shirt, right?
Yeah, I never had a red shirt. I was able to compete my freshman, sophomore, junior year, and then my senior year. So if they don't grant eligibility, then I would be done with my collegiate career. But like you said, I was already planning on, and I am attending grad school here at Illinois, and I was also already planning on continuing my gymnastics training with the goal of shooting for individual world championships, which would take place, which prior to this whole pandemic would have taken place October 2021, so next year. Yeah, I was already planning on being here and training with or without eligibility.
Okay, I got you. So if you were to be granted that, you would return for another season, though. Am I correct to assume that?
Yeah, that's a correct assumption. Yeah.
Cool. I guess maybe Coach didn't really talk about kind of where everyone is on the team, but he did talk about how it's almost impossible to train right now unless you're kind of in a situation where you have your own gym, which is obviously probably tough to come by. What are you doing, and maybe what are some of your teammates doing? Like, are you guys just all kind of out of luck in that regard?
Yeah, so everyone's kind of in a different situation. It's pretty crazy. So there's about 6 or 7 of us that are on campus right now. Like, I'm currently on campus. I live up in the Chicago area, so I'm about 2 hours away. So I just wanted to get back to campus with some of my roommates. So we're all kind of hanging here. We can't train. Obviously, we don't have access to our gym. And the rest of the team just kind of scattered around the country back at their homes. Very few of the guys have access to a gym. The others are just kind of kicking it at home. Some have, equipment in their houses, they're doing what they can. But for me personally, and for the guys that are here on campus, we're just trying to find other ways to work out and stay fit, because we can't train gymnastics. So it's kind of funny. I started running, just because I've never been a runner, but there's really no other way to work out than run, I guess. So that's kind of what's been keeping me going lately. And then kind of basic home workouts, doing what I can to stay in shape. But in terms of gymnastics and keeping up with my gymnastics ability, that's hard to keep up, and that'll take some time. Once gyms open up, that'll take some time to get back. But you got to make do with what you have right now.
Hey, Michael, Peyton Westner with Illini Sports Night here. Your last meet of the season was Senior Day. You, Satchel, Jacob, Sebastian, and Zach were all recognized. If that is indeed the last meet of your college career, could it? I mean, what are your thoughts? Because it was a very beautiful reception, that you guys were all recognized, obviously as planned on Senior Day.
Yeah, so that's something that I kind of spoke to the team about. Once the news broke in Puerto Rico, we had a team dinner that night, and we all kind of spoke to the team, and that's something that I brought up. And look at what I kind of came to terms with is that if there was one way to go out, my senior year, we all kind of, when you're a senior, you build up to this final, this final destination, and that's day 2 at NCAA, is it being your last routine. You build your entire career up to that. That's the moment that your collegiate career is over. So that's why it was such a shock, and why it was so hard when the news broke. But like I was saying with senior night, if there was one way to go out, that was the way to go out, because for the seniors who did compete that night, we all had some of the best competitions of our lives and of our careers. And we had a great win as a team. We beat, I don't know the rankings, but we beat two powerhouse teams that night, and that was one way to go out, and that was the way to go out. So I am disappointed, but I'm also content with that's how I got to finish my career, with it being such a, with the ceremony, celebrating us seniors and all that we've done, and it being such a great competition for all of us seniors and for the team. So.
And I follow up on that. Obviously, gymnastics is one of those sports where you're trying to peak at the right time, obviously coming towards postseason play. You mentioned the big win beating 2 ranked teams in Michigan and Penn State, as well as you had a season high on Pommel Horse. What was your mindset in terms of individually? Because it did seem like, as a team, as well as yourself, you guys were all peaking towards postseason play. Obviously, Big Ten competition, and then nationals.
Yeah, we were. It just felt like we were getting started. I know it was towards the end of the regular season. Me personally, I had some bumps in the beginning of the season. It didn't go as planned, but I kind of finally figured things out, and I felt like I was just getting started at senior night. For the team, similar situation, not as bumpy. The team was doing pretty well, but I felt like that competition was one of the, and would have been the defining moment for us in the season, as kind of that turnaround, like, hey, it's go time, it's game time. We're ready for Big Tens. We're ready to bring home a title.
Hey, Michael, it's Gavin again. Just wondering if, I don't know who all's on campus, but just wondering what's been going through the heads of you and some of your fellow seniors just about, you spoke about yourself, but what are other guys thinking about this whole situation, about the year getting cut short and, having the eligibility question still up in the air?
Yeah, so I know a lot of my other seniors are going through very similar things that I am, just with the surreal moment, being in disbelief that this is it. But I think a lot of us, we're starting to come to terms that that was it, and we're being we're okay with. We're starting to be okay with that. Now it's over. I know it hit some guys harder than it did others. Some guys saw it coming. Some guys didn't see it coming. But I know at this point in time, we're all kind of on the same page, and that we're all very happy and very grateful for the amazing opportunity that we had to be a part of this team.